Some Treasure Valley nonprofits supporting victims of abuse say they're not seeing as many donations to come in as usual. They noticed that drop this winter, right around the time when the new administration took office in D.C. Abby Davis is following the story. Abby, you talked to Faces of Hope and the foundation for the Nampa Family Justice Center.
Brian, the groups worry that they may have to cut services if things don't look up soon. For many victims of abuse, this sound marks the first step toward safety and support.
They provide not just life-changing, but life-saving opportunities.
Mandy Day isn't just a Faces of Hope board member, she's also a domestic violence survivor.
First, he would throw objects and words, and then the fists, and one day he grabbed me by the throat, lifted me up against a wall, and dropped me into a bookcase. And I had 10-month-old twins at the time, and I knew it was time to find a change.
Day says being on the board gives her a chance to help people in similar situations. Lately, she's spent a lot of time figuring out how to make sure the Boise-based nonprofit has enough money to keep all their services going.
People are nervous. They're not sure where to give, how to give, and if they're going to have enough to give.
We are seeing between a 20 and an 80% decrease every month, and it's becoming rather alarming because all of our services at Faces come at no cost.
Executive Director Paige Dinger says they started seeing a drop in donations in January.
For me, it's not really a political issue. I think anytime there's a new administration, people want to see what to expect for the first few months, so they hold on to their purse strings a little bit.
We're definitely lower already this June.
It's not just a Faces of Hope issue. Crystal Kuhn helps run the foundation that supports the Nampa Family Justice Center.
We just had our biggest fundraiser of the year. We have been over the 200,000 benchmark, and this year, after expenses, we are only at 144. So that's a significant hit. It's going to end up with some positions possibly being cut. It's going to end up with us not being able to provide some of the services we provide.
Kuhn hopes it doesn't get to that point, especially since the need continues to grow.
Unfortunately, the violence doesn't stop. And in fact, as things get tougher and tighter, then emotions are higher.
We're looking at weeks before we have to start making big decisions. The last thing we want to do is shut our doors, because I can only imagine, where will people go?
Not only are donations down, Dinger says that they're getting less money from the federal government. Now that amount has been steadily decreasing over the years, but she expects more cuts are on the way. Now these groups make it super easy to donate. I have the Faces of Hope webpage pulled up here. Just go to the Give Help tab. It'll give it a moment to buffer, scroll down the Donate Here button, or over here, of course, the foundation website is up. Their Donate Online button is just right there at the top. Of course, they do recognize that some people, well, they just don't really have the money right now to donate, but you can help in other ways. You can donate your time, you can give toiletries, diapers, food, really anything. So there are lots of different ways to get involved, Brian.
Gotcha. That uncertainty is usually around the election, but after that, it kind of goes away, but it seems to be lasting a little longer this time. All right, thank you very much, Abby.